everyone, my name is NDD200 and welcome back, finally, to part 2 of how to make a FNAF style game on Scratch, the reboot. I think that's what I called it, is it? Same thing. How to make a FNAF Fangame in Scratch, part 2 of the reboot. Anyway, I know it's been a while since the last one, sorry about that, but today we're going to be doing The Office, which is going to be really fun. So I suggest we wait no time and get into it straight away. Okay, so the first thing I believe we should do is create a survive until 6 AM pop-up. And the way we're going to do that is by making a new sprite. And we're going to call it night start pop-up. I can't spell. And then I'm going to do white. I'm going to fill in the background just so you can all see what I'm writing. And make it white. Do whatever font you want. And then I'm going to put survive until 6 AM. I'm going to make it big. Ooh, that's pretty big. You don't have to have it that big. Put it in the middle. Make sure to put the X and Y axis in the middle as well here. Get rid of this because we don't need it now because we can see it here. And then we're going to go back to our warning screen from last time. If you remember, this is that, and it switches to that. What we're going to want to do is we are going to want to do broadcast new message night start pop up, and then obviously we're going to want it to hide. And then if we go back to the night start pop-up, we'll go when flag is clicked, hide, and then when I receive night start pop-up, just in case we do have any more costumes, which I don't think we will, but just in case, we'll do switch costume to costume 1, and then show. Okay, now we will add a black background. Put it at the back layer, there we go. Now, it'd be cool if it just popped up like that. But what if you want it to pop up in a really cool way? So it will hide and then it will just show up like that. Let's check this in motion real quick. Looks cool. Shows up well. If you want a bit of delay before it shows up, we can put a wait here just in between the switch costume to warning 2 and the broadcast. We can put like, I don't know, let's say wait 1.5 seconds, and then that should wait a bit longer. There you go. But what if you want it to not just pop up, but pop up in a really cool way? So that's what we're going to find out next. If you want to skip this bit, just skip to the office bit, but if you want to find out what to do, keep watching. So we're actually going to change it from hide and get rid of all this, and we're going to do set ghost effect to 100, just like that there. Okay, so I'm actually going to add the sound effect to this. I don't actually remember where I got this because it's been, I'm going to say, a year and a half, so sorry about that, but you can create it as best as you can. Scary stuff, but we're going to want to start sound whoosh, and then if I check back here because I forgot, oh, the tutorial guy forgot. Yeah, so then we're going to want to do switch costume. Oh, the tutorial guy needs a tutorial sometimes. And then we're going to do show and set the ghost effect to 0 because now it's going to show up. But then what we're going to want to do is, what are we going to want to do? We're going to want to set the pixelate. Yeah, I knew that. Guys, give me a break. It's been a while. We're going to set the pixelate effect to 200. And next, we're going to repeat 10 and change it. We're going to do change pixelate effect by -10. You see that? See how that works? Then we're going to do a set pixelate to 0. So now, there you go. Booyah. That looks pretty good. Or, if you don't want it to have that kind of effect, you can set it to -20 instead. And it looks a bit better, I suppose. It looks a bit smoother. And then you're going to want to, I don't know, set it for however long you want that to be on screen. I'll go for 2.5 seconds. And then we're going to want to do repeat 10 and change ghost effect by 10. Now what this is going to do is it's going to fade out the text and also the black background. There you go. Looks pretty good. Now if you want something really stylish, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to hopefully fade it into the office and it's going to look really cool. So let's go. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a new sprite, and obviously we're going to call this office. Now you can create your office however you want, but I'm going to make mine have a floor. I'm going to make a floor. Yeah, it'll look something like that. Oh yeah, make sure to set the X and Y axis to 0 because we want it to be in the center. Now, for what we're going to do, I would recommend making sure that everything is in frame enough, maybe just a bit out of frame like this, because what we're going to do is we're going to make the office track our mouse movement, so that it looks like we're actually looking around the office. But obviously we don't want anything to be out of frame during that, so we're going to make sure everything's just a little bit bigger than usual. And then we're going to create whatever background we want. So let's say I want a blue background, so we'll go blue on that, and then obviously we'll zoom that out just enough. I think that should be okay. Now what I'm going to do to spice things up a bit is I'm going to make a little hallway in the middle, because we could potentially add some animatronics to possibly come out of that hallway and jump at us. So going to add that. I think that'd be pretty good. We want to make the outline of it maybe a little bit thicker and a different color as well. We'll make it about that. Yeah, that looks good. You got yourself a hallway there. Nice stuff. Obviously as well, you can add some decorations, just to make things look a bit more lively. Although, if you want your game to be really, really bleak, you don't have to. But, you know, I don't want mine to be completely depressing, so going to add some frames. You know, you can add them a bit off screen if you want, because the mouse should hopefully move there, so it'll be alright. I'll add some writing there as well. Why not? Spice things up a bit and that, you know. It's just as good as my actual writing. Alright. Yeah, I'll add something on. I'll add something on the left as well. Why not? I'll add a little frame. We'll put a frame of Eddie here. I think that'd be cool. We'll put him against a pink backdrop. That'll look cool. Put Eddie on a frame. How cool is that? And then if we get his head. Oh yeah, that's sick. Whoa. I'm messing things up now. Oops. Should probably get rid of the outline actually. Or just make them white. That'll do. Ooh, his eyes are massive. Whoa. Nice. Move them about. There we go. Well, obviously, if you want to do something similar to this, make sure everything's not too big or too small. And you want it to be exactly how it is. If you want to change up his smile, you can press this tool here and change it up just like that. And there you go. It's got a little smile. Oh yeah. I need to give him a body. I don't want a headless Eddie. Not yet, anyway. Make his body a tiny bit thicker. I'll cut him off. Doing a little wave. Hello, Eddie. There you go. Alright, so we got a little picture frame there. If you want to have it hang up, you can do something like that. And then get a little circle. There you go. It's hanging up on the wall. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so now that is all sorted. So now we can actually get onto the code for it. So what we're going to want to do is When flag is clicked, hide. And now we're going to want to go back to night start pop-up. And where it says, wherever you put your weight before it fades out, we're going to want to put office. Oh, sorry. We're going to want to put office. Now we're going to go back to the office sprite and we're going to go when I receive office, show. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly check to make sure everything is working properly. Just to make sure it doesn't show up in front of this text here. We'll find out now. It's not exactly what I wanted, but you know what I mean. What we could do is... I know how to fix this, guys, don't worry. If we add a go to front layer on the pop-up text, I'll just shorten this so we don't have to wait as long. Okay. There you go. There we go. So now you have, after that, you have a fade in to the office. I think that looks pretty cool. So now, obviously, we've got the office, which is great. But now we actually want some functionality of the office. And we're going to make our character or our mouse move about. So now what we're going to do next is make sure that our mouse tracks the office. Okay, so in case we are going to add more costumes in the future, hint, we might, we're going to put a switch costume to costume 1. And what we're going to want to do is a forever loop. And what loop do I want to do? I forgot, guys. Oh no, right, okay, so then we're going to want to go to the motion tab and we're going to want to go to this block. We're going to want to get a block, that one. Where is it? There it is. Go to X, and then we're going to get the mouse button, which is, I think it's in sensing, yeah. So we're going to go mouse X -5. Yes, I'm doing it right. Yes. It's been a while. And then we're going to go mouse, oh no, before that we're going to want to go and get another one of these blocks. Back to sensing, mouse Y, and we're going to want to do -85. So now, look at that. Isn't that good? So now, our player is following the office, which is exactly what we want. And it looks great, it looks great. Obviously, if you want to space things out a bit, if it looks a bit weird to you, obviously you can do that. But if it's already on the background, what you want to do to select bits is hold down shift and start selecting all of these little other bits as well. So as you can see here, it's selecting everything that I want to drag. So now, and if you want to group it as well, you can, so that next time it's just going to collect all as one. You can move it off to the right a bit. I want a bit more in frame. There we go, I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, that looks better, so now it's more spaced out, which is more of what we want, really. If you've gone kind of the same, if you've kind of done the same thing that I've done, and you want to make things a bit darker, we can do that, obviously, with the gradient effect. So we could just make the same colour, but just darker. Oh, I did the wrong thing, my bad. Yeah, so what we could do is just drag that there, now make it darker. You can do this however you want. You can do it like that. You can do it like that. You can do it like that. Looks pretty cool. Although I think I'm going to probably do that. Maybe. I don't know. I'll experiment with this. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. You can do the same for the floor as well. Switch that up. Boom. Change up how you want the floor to look. I think that looks pretty good. If you can see it. Yeah. It's more slight there, but yeah, you can definitely tell. But yeah, that just adds a bit more effects to your office if you just want to give it a more ambient effect. Now, while it's good and dandy we have this, which is a good build up, you might want an office desk as well, which is what we're going to do. So, let's get straight to it. We're going to make a new sprite called Office Desk. And yeah, just design however you want your desk to look like. It could be whatever colour you want, it could just be whatever. I'm going to make mine brown, because why not? Now, if you do want your desk to look like that, you can leave it like that. But me personally, I'm actually just going to get rid of these and just leave it as one giant rectangle. Because why not? You can move it down however much you want. I'd probably say, probably there, about there. Yeah, that looks about right. Voice crack, my bad. And I'm also going to add some decoration. Not too much, but you know, enough to make it look cool. Going to fill the gradient in as well. Make it look interesting. Yeah. Gonna get some TVs up in here. Yeah, looks cool, looks cool. Okay, cool. We've got some office decoration going on here. But now obviously doesn't look right because it's not moving with the office, which is what we're going to do next. Okay, so obviously we're going to want to do when flag is clicked hide. Now, the code that we're actually doing for the office desk is so similar to the normal office that you might as well just drag it into the sprite and just change up a few things, which we're going to do now. So we're going to change mouse X to -8 and mouse Y to -40. If we check that out now real quick, there we go. It's moving with the desk. But the reason we change up the numbers a bit more is just to make it look like it's closer to you than it actually is. So yeah. Now that is your office done, essentially. Let's check it out in game. Okay, so this is the menu we've got. Let's press new game. Shorten the warning. Survive until 6 AM. Nice. Isn't that cool? So now we have got what is essentially a fully functioning office. If you want to give your office a more ominous vibe, what you can do is do that and mess everything up. I'm only joking. But if we get rid of this, now you can see, obviously we have to zoom this in quite a lot and use this tool to space it out because, you know, we're moving about, so we want to make sure that everything is in frame. But now, everything's a lot darker. Pretty scary stuff. Obviously you can change the colour as well, like let's say you want it to be, I don't know, more of a blue, for instance. You want a more of a blue, we could do a bit more of a blue hue. It does kind of blend in with the background, but I mean, it looks cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the office done in record time, mind you. And it looks pretty good. Now, unfortunately, that is it for today's episode. It's a bit quite quick compared to the last one, but I just want to keep it to segments of like certain areas instead of doing like loads of things in one big episode. I like keeping it as we only do this in this episode and then leave that for the next one. I feel it's better content and is more interesting as well. And not too bloated. But yeah, that'll be it. I'll see you all for the next one. Bye bye.